this video I am so excited for. It is a collab with Meg, X Riot 182 on the witches from The Great and Powerful Oz. We are both going to be doing Glinda and Theodora. I am doing Glinda, which is kind of weird because I would probably more wear Theodora's look. So, we were kind of trying to figure out what to do. We were going to do it based off of one of, the palettes, but then we both got the Glinda palette, so we're like, oh, what can we do? So, because I'm blonde, I got Glinda, and because she's a brunette or dark-haired, she got Theodora. Which is kind of weird and kind of funny at the same time, because this is something she would more so wear, and because it has, the nude lip and stuff, and Theodora would probably be something more I would wear with, the red lip and stuff, so it's kind of outside of both of our comfort zones, and yeah. So, I love this look. I am so excited for this movie. We saw the preview for the first time for this movie when we went to the movies for my birthday, and we're both sitting next to each other, and we just looked at each other, and we were like, we have to go see that. So, it's been a little mini obsession since then, and then we found out Urban Decay was making palettes, and we were just like, oh my god. So, I don't really have a lot of Glinda colored clothing, so I just kind of have a white scarf and a silvery gray cardigan. That's nothing like her dress, and my hair isn't as long either. But what can you do? So if you guys want to see this look, if I can talk, I always say that. Stay tuned. Okay, so I've already taken my foundation, and I mixed a little bit of High Beam from Benefit in with it, just to kind of add a little bit of a glow, because in all the pictures I've seen, she looks really glowy. Okay, so I did that, and now I'm just gonna zoom in. It's the first time I'm gonna be zoomed in for a tutorial. Kind of scary. I don't know if I like it. I've already primed my eye with Urban Decay Primer Potion. I'll put some NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. And for my eyebrows, because Glinda has very fair eyebrows, I just used the Milani brow tint in Taupe. It's a little bit lighter than my eyebrows. It didn't tint it completely, but it did make it lighter. Okay. So, the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to take, as I hit my mirror, I'm going to take this fluffy brush. This is from Coastal Scents, and I'm going to dip it into Naked 2 from the Naked Basics palette. And I'm just going to pop that right in my crease as kind of like a transitional color. Okay, once you have that all done, I'm going to do the crease first. And first I'm going to take Magic from the Urban Decay Glinda palette. I really tried not to use all the colors from the Glinda palette, because I wanted to try to make it not with the Glinda palette, but I ended up doing that anyways. On an angle crease brush. This is also from my Coastal Scents set. And I'm just going to put that in the crease. Okay, once I have that in my crease, the crease brush kind of applies it very lightly. I'm going to take this brush, it's like a small precision brush, into the same thing, and I'm going to apply it on my inner corner, a little bit more concentrated. I know that you guys see that I hold my eyelid down. It's just kind of how I've always done my makeup on myself. I've gotten comments about it. I don't really hold it that tight, so it doesn't really affect my lid. My eyelid just doesn't want to stay shut. Okay, now I'm going to take this other shadow from the Glinda palette. This is Tornado. I'm taking it right on that same brush. I'm going to pat it in my inner corner. This just makes a really, really pretty gradient. Now I'm going to take my crease brush again with whatever's left over that pink and use it to blend everything together. You don't want it to be too harsh because you still want it to kind of be soft looking, at least in my opinion. And you want to keep doing that process until you get the gradient that you like. I even sometimes just mix, take a little bit of Magic, take a little bit of Tornado, and just kind of mix it until I get the color that I want in the crease. Okay, for the lid, I'm going to take this color right here. It is also from the Glinda palette. It is called Illusion. And I'm going to take that just on a regular shader brush, and I'm going to pat that all on the lid. Okay, now to create the gradient, I'm just going to take the same brush I had, Tornado on, and use whatever left over, and just kind of blend it so you get a seamless line. Okay, once you are done with that, you're going to take the little blendy brush that you had naked on, use whatever you have left over of that, and just kind of sweep it on the edges, just to kind of make it all pretty. And then I'm going to take my favorite, as I just stick my finger in it, shadow from the whole palette. This is Aurora. I'm thinking of freaking Beauty and Sleeping Beauty. Aura, and on, it's just the brush that I do my highlighting with. I'm going to take, not the light silver color, but more of like the skin tone color right there on my brush, and I'm using that as a highlight. I normally wouldn't use just this as a highlight. I would probably use more of a skin tone color and then pop this just on my arch. But she's glowy and magical, and you can do whatever you want when you're that. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm going to take the best part of this look, and this is my Lorac Liquid Luster. Boom. And I'm just going to take a drop of that on my little palette over here. The little dropper thing is always dumb on this. I think it's just mine because the ones in the store aren't like that, and it's not that much of a bother that I'm actually going to return it. And you literally just need a dot of this. And I'm just going to take a concealer brush, really, really small one, and take a little, that's actually too much of it on the brush. And I'm going to pop it right into my inner corner and bring it up just like right here on my eye. Okay, now I'm going to take a Q-tip, because I found this is what's easiest to blend this without making a big mess. And just kind of blend the edges of what you can get with the brush. And now, just because I don't want it to look like you know, you can see how it's just like very like harsh there, and here it's kind of blended in. I'm going to wait for it to dry, and I'm going to take Illusion, just very little of Illusion, and just kind of go over it so it just kind of looks like it goes from that color and seamlessly blends in. Oh, if that's a word, but it is now. And now you can tell the difference. It just looks like really, really glowing, and then it just kind of goes into that color. It's a really nice effect. Okay, I'm not going to put on any black liner for underneath. I'm just going to take my Sephora, I don't even know what this is called, Nano eyeliner. It's a little mini guy in champagne underneath, and then I'm going to attack my lashes with Lights Camera Lashes from Tarte. So I'll go and do that, and I'll be right back. For my contour color, I want to go really, really light. I'm just going to be using Tarte's Amazonian Clay blush in Exposed. Angled brush. This is also from my Coastal Scents palette, and I'm just going to take it and just kind of contour with it. Okay, now that I am done with that for blush, because I still want her to look really glowy and really kind of fresh looking, this is Natural Cream Blush from NYX, and I'm going to take it on a stippling brush. Let's get a little bit on there. Then I'm going to take this Hard Candy blush in Pin Up, just to kind of add a little bit more. This is a very glowy blush. Now for my highlight, I could do two things. I can use the Lorac Spotlight or High Beam. I already mixed High Beam in with my foundation, so I feel like this might work a little bit better, so I'm going just to use that. What I'm going to do is I have these like decorative bead type things. Since I don't have a crown, I'm going to take the little gem things. They're already really sticky on the back, so I'm just going to take them and kind of put a little design going into my hairline to kind of mimic a crown, I guess. She has a gem that comes down from her crown in all the pictures, so I figured why not. And I have my little silver headband on, and for the lipstick, I am just taking the Urban Decay Super Saturated Lip Color in Glinda. And I'm just going to place that on my lips. You can barely tell it's there, but it does add a little bit to the look. I kind of feel like that girl from The Never-Ending Story, but I didn't have a crown. I made a crown. It was a sad attempt of making a paper crown, and I was just like, no. So I just wanted to do some kind of little thing over here. It looks like it's in the shape of a Y. And I mean, if I put another one in the center. I keep dropping these things. I'm going to end up finding little gems on my floor. Whatever. It looks like that. And my hair... I'm pleased with the look. It's very, like soft but glowy, which is what I saw in the, all of the pictures of Michelle Williams. And even though I don't have long hair like her, I'm very, very pleased with it. It was a little outside of my comfort zone, but what can you do? I still love it. I still think it's pretty, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And remember, check out Meg's. Hers will be linked below, and Pictures and a list of products used will be in my blog.